Y'all want me to talk about Clive Davis? Okay, let's do it. But I'm telling y'all right now, this story already took a turn that I was not expecting. So Clive Davis is over Arista, which is over Diddy's Bad Boy records. Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came.
And I did find that I could be attracted to a man while I still am very attracted to a woman.
Boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself.
Power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell.
Tell us how
who was
mentored
by Clive Davis.
A new lawsuit just came out that shows tons of evidence that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, has been running a sexual blackmail operation very much like Jeffrey Epstein, but in the rap and music industry for basically 30 years.
Y'all want me to talk about Clive Davis? Okay, let's do it. But I'm telling y'all right now, this story already took a turn that I was not expecting. So Clive Davis is over Arista, which is over Diddy's Bad Boy Records now. Rumor has it allegedly Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994. And that's how Bad Boy Records came, and I did find that I could be attracted to a man, while I still am very attracted to a woman boss too. And his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive, run him Diddy don't run himself power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people, and his mentor was Andre Harrell. Tell us how mentored by Clive Davis, who just came out that shows tons of evidence that P. Diddy Puff Daddy has been running a sexual blackmail operation, very much like Jeffrey Epstein, but in the rap and music industry for basically 30 years. And in that lawsuit, we learned that his head of security, while he's running the sexual blackmail ring, is this guy named Fahim Muhammad, who before working for Diddy was the head of security for Michael Jackson when he was only 21. Girl, the tea is piping hot today. And you won't believe who's spilling it. Clive Davis, the music industry legend, who's usually as quiet as a church mouse, just broke his silence. And chilly, he's exposing none other than Diddy. Can you believe it? After all these years, Clive is finally ready to talk, and the streets are saying he's got some serious dirt on the bad boy box. This is the music industry bombshell. We've all been waiting for Clive and Diddy go way back, so you know whatever he's about to reveal is going to be juicy. The question on everybody's mind is, what could Clive possibly say that would have Diddy shook? Get ready, because the tea is about to be served and it's scorching hot. Did he have Whitney kill? Where might be? You already seen my nails. Where might? This is what I'm gonna say about that whole situation, because for me so many people don't want to say anything because it's Clyde. Personally, me, I really don't give a underscore. They said I was blackballed. I can't be no more blackballed than I am. Clive Davis knows exactly who I am. I know exactly who he is. The last time I went to a party at his house, my ex-husband was with me. And underscore hit on my husband in front of me, yo, like he walks around. If no, or my husband or my ex-husband, okay, which was, you know, his type. Everybody know Clive wants to be a black woman. That's how he always surrounds himself, with black women. Look at his roster of major stars. Arthur Franklin, underscore Houston, Whitney Houston, Angie Stone. Wow, everybody forgets about Angie Stone. True, we kind of do. That's true. Everybody forget that before Alicia Keys, Angie Stone was holding it down. Gold record after gold record after gold record after gold record. And then the next thing you know, Alicia Keys comes. So you tell, okay, so I do know, because I heard about it, like in his biography or whatever. Clive Davis did say that he's bisexual, but you telling me like no, he's like a op. He's a queen, okay, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Most queens want to be black women. So he's like a yes type, like yes on the wow. But you know I'm not gonna bite my words. The underscore hit on my husband right in my face. I was like, lie, Bia. Underscore Mind, so you know I didn't get a whole lot of invitations back to none of them. Come suckle at the Power Grammy parties the night before the Grammys. Yeah, what I will say about Clive is that he is very, very, very obsessed with maintaining the brands that he creates, and he will go to extreme lengths to protect those brands. You know, these women that he works with, they become dolls in his mind. They're living doughs. He runs every second of their lives. The only person he never really did that with was Aretha Franklin. But that was a different time, right? He needed Aretha Franklin to become Clyde Davis, so he was a little bit more humble back then. Well, I mean, you ain't got no choice, everybody comes into the game, having to make their bones. He made his bones with AA. And what a person to make your bones with. True hit now, everyone's looking to him. Clive knows the singers. Clive knows this. It wasn't Clyde that knew the singers, it was AR that knew the singers who introduced the singers to Clive. But they don't talk about that either, so you got to realize by the time Clyde took managing Wumi, he had been a part of her life. Damn near all her life. He had his post in that bloodline, yo heavy. Now let's talk about Diddy's rise to the top. This man went from an intern to running the show faster than you can say. Bad boy for life. Diddy was hustling hard, making moves and shaking up the game. He had his hands in everything from producing to rapping to starting his own label. And who was right there by his side? None other than working together to make magic happen in the studio. But chill, you know, things ain't always what they seem in the music bids. While Diddy was out there shining like a diamond, there was some serious drama going down behind the scenes. The streets have been talking for years about the secrets and the scandals, but nobody wanted to spill the tea. Until now, Clive and Diddy may have looked like the perfect power couple, but trust and believe there were some major clashes happening. When the cameras weren't rolling, you don't get to the top without stepping on a few toes, and Diddy's rise was no exception. He was making big moves and even bigger enemies. But what really went down between these two titans of the industry? What could Clyde possibly say that would have Diddy sweating like a sinner in church? The tension is building, and the tea is about to be spilled, so hold on to your wigs, because the story is about to get even juicier. Clive Davis is finally ready to break his silence, and honey, the streets are saying he's got receipts. You won't believe the bombshells he's about to drop about his time working with Diddy. This is the kind of tea that could change the game forever. What exactly did Clive see behind closed doors? And what does it all mean for Diddy's legacy? Stay tuned, because the truth is about to be revealed, and it's going to be a wild ride in 5-part perfect harmony and pitch. They could fill a whole church without microphones. You see that singing, y'all? That is 'cause I'ma tell you something right now. But everything that Whitney Houston is, she will bow down to Kim Clark. Kara Clark, sheer period, she would bow down. And Twink, oh my God, Karen Clark. __. Oh my God, I all gonna think I'm crazy. Is that okay's mom? I knew who Kiera was his whole time and didn't know who Kier is your generation. Wow, okay. But Kira's grandma is Dr. Maddie Moss. Yeah, man, she was the gospel gangsta, 'cause that's how they portrayed her. She was about her money, about her business. Listen to me, my husband told me. He was like they didn't do it right in the movie. He was like she would literally take her shoe off and throw it at you if you was off on the note down. Oh, your mom and dad told you that? Yeah. Because they remember, because they sang in the choir, yeah, in the state choir, and so it's like you gotta look at who. __. Houston, isn't it? When it comes to that, like, there's nobody that's been able to go between the gospel world and the secular world, not just as a vocalist, not just as a choir director, not just as a musical director, not just at you feel what I'm saying, yeah, like, __. A beast. So if you that kind of beast, why wouldn't you defer to what your mom say? Could you go think? Because you're gonna feel like my mom knows what she's talking about. She's a leg period, yeah. And this is all before now. If you go back and look at the movie and listen to the story, she was getting hooked on cocaine at about that same time. Life was a whirlwind, and before she knew it, she was the biggest thing ever. I don't even think she knew she was gonna be that big. But Clive knew he had been planning it for quite some time. That Anne Griffin show, total setup, okay, total setup from Mare when she did the Merv Griffin. And that she did, I think it was Johnny Carson, who was white America, yes, black on that show. Oh. Underscore. You, Michael Jackson, yeah, he was at one. He had late night on lock. That's a true legend. He was David Letterman before David Letterman, yes. So that's Whitney, and now her life is boom. And it's a whirlwind. She's constantly on tour. She barely has a chance to figure out what her personal life looks like, what she wants for herself, what's important to her. But then she has all of these demands, money. I'ma tell you, when I was done having any real respect for Clive Davis, when he made her end her marriage and separated at home, and Bobby Chris, even though they were dysfunctional on so many different levels, they were still a family. He separated that family for optics. And guess what? I can go up on YouTube right now and pull up footage of that European tour. It was a shame. It was a disgrace. You go and look up YouTube Whitney Houston and Cock. See, before she came back with the I Look to You Clee sent around on a world tour outside of America, collect a bunch of cash. They was getting like $250,000 to $350,000 a show. Wow, they were getting hell of a lot more than they would get here. Because this is Whitney Houston, and she had been gone for a while. And Clyde, oh, she's making a big comeback. And of course, if Clyde said, it's got to be true, right as word is law. Yeah, the show that she did in Kazakhstan, it was for the president. For the part she was there to do the birthday performance for the president. She